Hi everyone, and welcome to this CIS 098-6 session that looks at the concept of network access controls. Throughout this, we'll look at what network access controls really means and the different tools we can use that make up this idea of network access control. So the first question you might have is, what is network access control? Well, it's an approach to computer security that attempts to unify endpoint security technology. So for example, it involves antivirus, host intrusion prevention and vulnerability research, user or system authentication, and network security. If we want to provide a description of network access control, then it's a computer networking solution that makes use of a set of protocols or standards to define and implement a policy that describes how to secure access to network nodes by devices when they initially attempt to access the network. Going further, it allows the integration of automatic remediation processes, i.e. fixing non-compliant nodes before allowing access, into the network systems. So it allows the network infrastructure, such as routers, switches and firewalls, to work together with back-office servers and end-user components. The names and concepts of network access control are very similar. The aim is to do exactly what the name suggests, to control access to a network using policies, including pre-admission endpoint security policy checks, i.e. is somebody allowed onto the network before they are permitted to do so, and also looking at it afterwards to make sure they haven't done anything unnecessary and dangerous to the network. An example of network access control is when a computer connects to a computer network. It's not permitted to access anything unless it complies with a business-defined policy. That could be around antivirus protection, system update level and configuration. So while a computer is being checked by the system and a software agent, it can only access resources that can remediate any issues. Once the policy is met, the computer is able to access network resources and the internet within the policies defined by the network access control system. Now, we mainly use network access control for ensuring and enforcing checks, but it is often tied to role-based access, for example, access control lists. Access to the network will be given according to the profile of the person and the system. The goals of network access control are fairly simple. Firstly, to mitigate zero-day attacks. Also, to provide authorization, authentication and accounting of network connections. Encryption of traffic to the wireless and wired network using protocols such as 802.1x. Role-based controls for the user, device, application or security posture post-authentication. Automation, policy enforcement and identity and access management. There are a number of important concepts related to network access control. Firstly, the concepts of pre-admission and post-admission. There are two prevailing designs in the network access control world, based on whether policies are enforced before or after the end stations. The former is pre-admission and the latter post-admission. Another concept is that of agent versus agentless network access control. The fundamental idea behind network access control is to allow the network to make access control decisions based on intelligence about end systems. So the manner in which the network is informed about the end system is a key design feature and fits about whether it needs agent software to undertake that or whether it's agentless. And we'll take a look at both of those. In the agent-based model, there is an agent piece of software that is responsible for network access control. Whereas in the agentless model, that is left to scanning and network inventory techniques to discern the characteristics remotely. Three important concepts to look at are remediation, quarantine, and captive portals. In the case of quarantine, this involves a network which is a restricted IP network that can provide users with routed access only to certain hosts and applications. Now, the quarantine is often implemented in terms of VLAN assignment. So when a NAC network access control product determines that an end user is out of date, their switch portal will move towards a quarantined network to protect both themselves and the users and the servers on the network. Some other solutions can use address management techniques such as the Address Resolution Protocol or ARP or Neighbor Discovery Protocol NDP for quarantine. This avoids the use and overhead of managing quarantine VLANs. The concept of a captive portal is one that intercepts HTTP access to web pages and redirects the users to a web application that provides instructions and tools to update their computer. Until their computer passes the automated inspection, no network usage, benefits, or besides the captive portal is allowed. In this session, we've taken a look at network access control, we've looked at the key concepts behind it, and we've looked at the use of remediation, quarantine, and captive portals in order to ensure and control access to the network. We looked at pre-admission and post-admission, determining whether network access control is checked before or after permission is given to the network.